His name is Cory Marquardt. He's one of Canada's most dynamic and interesting new country music talents from North Bay, Ontario. Cory, how are you, man?
How you doing, man? I'm doing good.
You know, you were aspiring from a young age, and we were talking about this a couple of minutes ago off air, to be in the NHL one day, having played hockey growing up to 3 years in junior league. Take it from there, man. Pretty cool story.
Well, after junior, long story short, I ended up figuring out that I wanted to go back to my roots as a kid. I always dreamed about being a fighter pilot, so I thought, I got scouted by the Royal Military College of Canada, so I figured why not sign up with them and play 5 years of good university hockey and enrolled myself as a fighter pilot in the Canadian Forces. So that was the plan. And one evening, as the bio says, fate would intervene. And after a couple pints, my buddies got me up on stage. And I didn't know what was going on. I'd released a YouTube video before that, maybe a week or two before that, and some of my friends had seen it. So we were having a couple beers at the Brass, and they got me up on stage, and after a little bit of a chant, I played two originals and two covers, and after that, people were coming up to me after the first song, asking where else do I play, or if I have a CD out or something like that, and it was kind of like, oh, okay, well, this isn't too bad. And I kind of played the next song, and the song after that, didn't want to get off stage, and long story short, I was there. I'd go there once a week, I think it was Wednesday or Thursday night. And things didn't work out at RMC, unfortunately. And I called mom and dad, said, I think I'm going to come home and try to start this music thing. And my brother's girlfriend at the time was managing a bar called Churchill's in North Bay. So I kind of started off there and then moved to a bar called the Fox and the Fiddle, and things just kind of got bigger.
And your passion, first of all, you were a hockey player, and then you got into drumming. I read that you used to drum along to some of country's greatest.
Yeah, I was, growing up, my dad's a huge Rush fan, and Deep Purple and Black Sabbath, all that good stuff, but also a Merle Haggard fan. So, and my mom on the other side was listening to Shania Twain and Zach Brown and Brad Paisley and those guys, and of course Alan Jackson. And so I had the best of both worlds there. So I started at the age of 10, around grade 6. I mocked Neil Peart's drum kit with a bunch of paint cans, and I would drum. I would just play some of their tracks after school for hours, and the whole Moving Pictures album, I tried to do that front to back and play to some Shania Twain and all that kind of stuff. And and then I eventually found the guitar just coming out of high school. I learned the basic kind of 3 chords and started from there.
So what was your family, did they encourage you to do this as well?
It's more, my mom's more encouraging now that she can understand the lyrics and the music that I play, aside from some of the Pantera stuff and stuff I was doing before. So a lot of great support from my family and friends, for sure.
You got a brand new single out called Smartphone. I had a chance to listen to it a couple times. I love that song.
Thanks, man.
We'll get to that in a few minutes. You also have a debut album in the works. When is that going to be out?
There's no set date yet, but I know it's coming out in the fall, so me and the team are gonna discuss that, and it should be a good one. I believe it's gonna be a 6-track EP, possibly a bonus track on it, but that's all I know for now.
I'm excited. You brought your guitar. Would love to hear a tune or two. You up for that?
Absolutely.
All right, it's Cory Marquardt live at CFWE this afternoon. Take it away, Cory.
All right, man.
Always been the holding back kind, man in black kind, you know that kind. Never let my feelings show. I keep my cards close to my chest. Been a few times made before. I almost opened up that door, but I only gave a part of me, held on to the rest. This man's got a whole lot of love he's been saving up for a woman like you. Somebody can give it to. He'd go anywhere, do anything. He'd trust his heart in your hands. If you can love this man. Nobody's ever looked at me the way you look at me. It's like you can see right through all the cool defenses I put up inside. crumble, tough gets tender, pride gets humble. When I'm holding you this close, baby, I can't hide. This man's got a whole lot of love he's been saving up for a woman like you. This man's been looking his whole life long for somebody he can give it to. He'd go anywhere, do anything, he'd trust his heart in your hands. If you can love this man, this man. This man's got a whole lot of love he's been saving up for a woman like you. Yeah. This man's got a whole lot of love he's been saving up for a woman like you. This man's been looking his whole life long for somebody he can give it to. He'd go anywhere, do anything, he'd trust his heart in your hands. If you can love this man, this man. Yeah, he can hold you, he can trust you, he can love you. Yeah, this man.
Yes. Cory Marquardt, look, you got the ladies cheering for you in the next room,
I didn't
man.
even see them there. Hello.
You got a nice sound there, man, between Eric Church and I'd say a little Aaron Pritchett in there. And
I'll take that.
yeah.
Sure.
Nice. When did you learn how to sing?
Well, the first time I ever sang in front of well, I used to sing Achy Breaky Heart for my grandma.
Oh, yeah.
When I was a young kid.
Sure. Did you do the moves and all that, too?
Oh, yeah, I'd put on my uncle's cowboy boots and jump around, and I had this big blow-up hammer that I used to beat my brother with and sing it. But, no, the first time I actually ever sang kind of in front of everyone was actually on a road trip with a hockey team, and I grabbed the mic on the bus and sang Auctioneer by Leroy Van Dyke, and that was kind of my first singing in front of people. And then I did a little bit of singing at the very end of high school. I wrote a song with a buddy about all my teachers and stuff like that, and that went over well. So, but yeah, that's probably where I first started, was kind of in high school when I first learned my guitar chords.
When you were playing hockey and then you decided, well, you wanted to do a little singing in the meantime, what was the reaction from your former players?
Well, to be honest with you, it's them that pushed me to be
Wow.
a singer, really. I always used to, sometimes I'd sing on the bench, I'd sing after a fight, I would do, whatever. And a lot of them, that's actually a lot of my buddies would say, man, why don't you, I took that as a sign as maybe I wasn't as good as a hockey player as I thought I was, but they thought that I should, pick up some singing, and like I said, that's eventually what happened. I just kind of did some stuff on the side, like YouTube, and always singing in the shower, stuff like that. And then eventually, I guess it got a little more serious.
Who is someone you would love to work with one day? Maybe open for one day?
Eric Church.
Is that right, eh? You love his style?
Yeah.
Right on, man.
Absolutely.
You up for one more tune?
Absolutely.
I can't stand to see the good man gone away. The one who never combs his hair or shaves his face. One who leans on wine over love that's told a lie. Oh, it tears me up to see a grown man cry. Yes, so I never go around yours. I can't stand to see me without you by my side. So I never go around mirrors. Yeah, 'cause I got a heartache to hide. Yeah, 'cause I got a heartache to hide.
Nice, man. What's that song called?
I Never Go Around Mirrors.
All right.
The first time I heard it was I heard it off of one of Merle Haggard's albums, and
Nice.
fell in love with that song. So.
Right on. Tell us about your new single, Cory Smartphone, co-written by, Rob Crosby. The guy's worked with multiple huge names out there. Jason Deere as well.
Yeah, that was one of the first songs I wrote down there in Nashville, and it was, I believe it was the first song I wrote with Jason. And, we just I came up with that riff, and we just Jason started spitting out some things, and then Rob did, and I followed with that, and then we why don't we make a song called Smartphone, It'd be it's clingy, it's catchy, it kind of has to do a lot with everything going on these days, for sure.
And a fantastic summer tune as well, man.
I think it should be a good beer chugging song, for sure, yeah.
That's right. All right, buddy, you got a huge future in front of you. Appreciate you coming in.
Hey, man, thank you so much for having me. I hope to come back soon, and we'll chat again.
This is his brand new single. It's called Smartphone, and you got it on CFWE. Thanks, man.
Thank you.